To tell you the truth, because he wasn't part of my family, I didn't look too much into him. But through all my research between Lee's and KFC and every restaurant involved, I have skimmed over his name. I've seen his name, and I've seen an article talking about his racist past. So let's look into it. So when you Google Ray Danner's name, put Shoneys next to it so you get the correct one. You'll find an article from the Washington Post. This is the article that I found. Ray was the co-founder of Shoneys, a beloved restaurant by many. And as it turns out, he was involved in a racial bias, and there was a lawsuit over it. The embattled co-founder and largest shareholder of the Shoneys Incorporation restaurant chain is selling all his stock and leaving the corporation's board of directors following a $105 million settlement of a racial bias lawsuit. Raymond L. Danner, who opened his first Shoneys Big Boy family restaurant in Madison, Tennessee in 1959, is selling his $3.7 million shares of Shoneys Inc. stock to the company for about $85 million, according to Chief Executive Officer Taylor H. Henry. And you could read about that more in the Washington Post. And where Shoneys ties into my family is Shoneys, the restaurant, purchased Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. They were the first buyers of Lee's. When Raymond got in trouble for this, he stepped down, he paid the settlement, and he stepped away from the brands to protect their image. He got in trouble for using the racial slurs in the restaurants if there was too many African American workers. And you could read a lot more about it on the Washington Post, but that's all I know about it. Unfortunately, there is some dark history involved with the restaurant world. I don't know that much about Shoneys' history or Ray Danner's to talk more about it, but you brought this point up, so this is the article that talks about it. I will post this link to Twitter and in the Discord server under the Histories tab for those interested in reading it, because it is a part of history. There's no excuse for what he did. I'm not justifying that, but it might be good for people to see where a brand was at one point, how they learned from their mistakes, and what they did to make it better. And if they didn't do anything to make it better, what they could do to make it better. So I hope this answers your question. I'm sorry I don't know that much about Ray Danner, but this is what I know based off of the Washington Post talking about this racial bias lawsuit. Again, I'll link it in the Discord server and I'll link it on Twitter for those of you who want to read it yourself.